All right, we're in round 1. We have the choice, and we'll play first. And I think the preordain rather probably makes this fine for a keep, so let's keep it. There's our smash, just in case he's got a Moxen. And a grip full of burn spells is not bad. Currently representing 12 damage, not bad. Hmm. Kind of want to leave the Delver on top, but that's going to be another turn of... Well, I don't know. Well, we're definitely bottoming this. Do I want to top the Delver? I probably do. I mean, there's a chance we miss the red source we're looking for, but it's tough to deny Delver in our deck. And a turn 3, 3-2 or whatever is still pretty good. Well, there you go. Can't I play Arid... Here we go. So if I play Delver here, and it was actually wise to play the land first in case he's got days. But yes, I can look at the top card of my library and then do this and then reveal it, I think. Blue-green, ramp, yes. Well, we're going to burst lightning that little bad boy. But first, lightning strike. Well, yes. Yes, I do want to reveal that. Well, this can't even ramp yet, so I think we'll just play our land, swing for 3, and then pass. Oh, God, I love Smash. Guess he can just save it, though. Pretty tempted to just char him here. I mean, technically we don't have to get Volcanic Island, but I'm going to. Gutter Snipe, geez. It's a good spell. So if we play Gutter Snipe, the leveling on Tree Speaker doesn't matter anymore, since he still has to pay the 2. So let's just play a snipe. That way, 2 burn spells will do it. Top is pretty nice. Top's pretty awesome with Delver, too. All right. Which one's he going to fight? Probably Delver? If he fights Gutter Snipe, he gets to keep his... Oh, all right. So, what are the chances that he casts Primal Command next turn? Not sure. I think I'm just gonna... I guess I'm pretty tempted to just... I could just kill Garrick. I mean, I have the means to kill him in my hand, so let's kill everything relevant. And that includes using a Burst Lightning on this guy. All right. Sphinx is pretty good. So he's going to get to... Let me see. Do I 2-for-1 trade, or do I just try and burn him out? It's a reasonable question. I still have plenty of burn spells left. Guess I should have just attacked him. He would have... Well... Yeah, I guess I probably should have attacked him. We can get rid of the Sphinx, lose our Delver. Yeah, I guess that's the... Could also just take him to 1 by double burning him. But then he gets to draw 2 extra cards per turn, which is pretty brutal. It's a tough choice. I do want to get rid of Sphinx. I feel like my top decks are likely better than his. He can't really afford to play Ancient or use Ancient Tomb anymore. I should have just That was a mistake. I should have just double burned Sphinx and then attacked for 3. I didn't think long enough, and then I moved to my combat step. I screwed up. That's a tough spot. That's a tough spot. That is a tough, tough spot. Now that I've botched it that bad, I'm really trying to think how bad. Man, that sucks. All right, well, I botched it, so I'm just going to go for my botched play. I mean, the question is, God. I botched it so bad. I botched it so bad that I'm changing my plan. I'm just going to burn him now. Take him to 1. Yeah, so really disappointed with my own line on that one. I was just really bad thinking. I should have just killed the Sphinx and gotten in for 3. But because I missed out on that 3 damage, it really just completely altered my line of play. So it sucks. Wish I had done that differently. But I'm the only one to blame for it, so I can't do anything. I can't say anything that'll rectify it. I really just want him to play an artifact that I can actually destroy. Alright. It's not the end of the world. Still can't use Ancient Tomb. I really want to untap so he uses Sensei's Divining Top's tap ability, and then I smash it, but probably not super motivated to use it right now. Well, that works. So in response to him drawing 2 cards, we just deal 2 to him. Alright. Uses Ancient Tomb in response out of spite. So despite my couple of misplays, should have attacked him instead of Garrick, and should have double burned Sphinx to attack him. So 2 misplays that thankfully did not cost me the game, but I have to imagine that he's a pretty tokeny deck if he's playing opposition. He's clearly got some ramp elements as well. Sideboard for this. What have I got? My actual sideboard cards are Revoker. Sorry, I guess. Dak Faden. Cackler, maybe. Recruiter, maybe. Didn't really play that many non-basics, so Magus doesn't seem correct. More cheap creatures doesn't seem terrible, but probably not necessary. Do I want Dak Faden to take? I still can't even take his. Yeah, Sensei's Divining Top is also one of those cards that just wasn't quite designed correctly. So I could play the Revoker over the Torch Fiend, but just because all we saw was one artifact doesn't mean that his deck has one artifact in it. He likely has more ramp. I would very much like to Treachery or Sower his Consecrated Sphinx for obvious reasons. Both of these cards should be bonkers in this match. I think we're going to keep it the same. Revoker for his Garrick doesn't quite seem worth it. Since I would, I don't know. It just doesn't seem worth it. I think we try it again. Yep. This hand looks acceptable to me. Tarmogoyf, the old 0-1. Edric. Huh. That's a lot of lands. So if I kill Edric, this becomes a 2-3. Which doesn't seem great. But Edric does probably have to die. So let's just kill Edric and let him have a 2-3. I guess I can wait. But if he has a counter spell, I don't want to leave Edric alive. Oh, I guess I can do both, huh? I can compulsive and burst. Why don't we compulsive? Guess I could burst his Tarmogoyf and then compulsive. He's got 4 cards left in hand. We're about to draw a bunch more. Yeah, guess I can get behind that. And then we'll find the burn for the Edric. Otherwise, I'll trade. Otherwise, he has to have removal for our Electromancer, which I guess he could with Garrick, but I'm going to get rid of the Goyf now. I feel like the Goyf's likely to get bigger. Alright. Ditch a mountain, I guess. We're not playing Koth, although Fire Blast. Alright, let's ditch an island. Not attacking. Don't want to let him draw. If I'd killed both his creatures, then he can't even use Gaia's Cradle, so I guess that's kind of cool. Looter, it's not that bad. Gaia's Cradle can ramp for 2 now. Ooh, alright, well, unfortunately, some land-heavy draws. So, guess we swing with the Electromancer. Play a land, play a Torch Fiend, and pass. I guess we're a land away from hard casting Fire Blast, but I guess I can. That's interesting. So I can pay the alternate cost. I can tap out. That's actually kind of interesting. So I can tap out. No, No, I guess I can't, because then I can't play the dual caster. Oh yeah, so he's going to get to draw too. Yeah, that's right. All right, well, guess I was expecting to draw a burn spell from that compulsive, so I'm a little bit surprised. But yeah, Looter with Edric's pretty gnarly. But I do feel like the Goyf probably had to go, otherwise it would currently be a 3-4. If I'd killed Edric instead, it would have been a 4-5. Oh, there's a burn spell. Well, I guess we dual caster this turn, so let's strike the Spy Master. And then I have to hold control, is that correct? Holding control now. Let's go for his face. Could also do Looter, because Gaia's Cradle gets worse. Let's make the Gaia's Cradle worse, as well as take away his... Well, I do need to burn him down eventually. I'm gonna take out his creatures. I feel like making Gaia's Cradle worse is probably better for us. Plus, he can't even do anything about the... Oh, he gets to bounce his own Edric, I guess. Yeah, I guess that's pretty good for him. He can trade here. Then his Cradle gets worse. We still get in for some damage. Plus he can't crack in and draw cards from it, so not the worst. But I do admit we're not in a great place here, only because we saw 7 lands. 8 lands, I guess. I was kind of hoping that Compulsive would do a little bit more. I could have, I guess. Yeah, I guess I could have just killed Edric, but... Delver, pretty nice. So we'll get in with the dual caster. Huh. Well, that kind of sucks. It's a bit of a bummer. I might have to Fire Blast his Edric, after all. And then I can't play Delver. There's 2 cards left in hand. Well, I can play everything in my deck at this point. I'm going to play the Delver and sack 2 mountains and kill his Edric, I think. I guess we Fire Blast. Well, we don't Fire Blast. Well, if he's got a counter spell, I want to Fire Blast. So there's a decent chance he does. I'm just going to... But then he can block the Delver, I guess. Well, I think Edric has to go, is basically what it boils down to. So we're going to Fire Blast for alternate cost. We got to turn that card draw off. We'll get the Delver out. Yeah, it's not what I wanted to see, but still have Sower, still have Treachery. Otherwise, I guess we lose, but that's about all I got. Sower and Treachery. Mountain? No, that Mountain doesn't quite do it. So, looks like we're going to lose to Consecrated, unfortunately, but I do have the tools to beat Consecrated. So, I just have to draw them. Yeah, unfortunately, Consecrated was what I hoped he didn't have. We handled all his other creatures, but Consecrated I can't handle unless I draw the goodies. So we'll see if we can't draw it. None of our creatures are really relevant, so yeah, it makes sense. Unfortunately, we just didn't burn enough to do anything to him, so he's in a pretty unbelievably good spot here. Pretty much the Consecrated Sphinx. Just keep saying Consecrated Sphinx over and over again, because he needed that to win the game, so. If I can get Treachery, if I can get Sower. I guess Sower doesn't really do it anymore because of Garrick, unfortunately, but Island doesn't do it either, so there is that. Yes, it would appear we're just going to lose here, unfortunately. So, did not beat down as efficiently as I would have liked. I think we could have used a Searing Blaze. That would have been nice in this match, I think. But I don't think there was a very good chance of us winning. We did see 10 lands. And that was with compulsive too, so not great. 10 lands, not ideal. I think we can actually fairly easily beat his deck. It's just a matter of drawing less lands. But yeah, there's just no chance of winning this one now, so might as well move on. Just no chance. So what do we got? Yeah, even Treachery at that point just wasn't going to do it. Not with opposition. Not with him at 14. Kind of want to ditch the Smash now. Just don't see artifacts in general against him. So maybe we do DAC to find some burn. It just loots though. It doesn't do anything else. Otherwise I'm bringing in a creature like Hero maybe or something, but not really feeling that either. So I guess I should have just... I screwed up the Dualcaster Mage is really what it boiled down to, but I was worried I was going to not use control correctly, but it turned out it didn't even matter. I should have just seen what he was doing with Venser. Should have just let it resolve. So, another mistake on my part. I'll get better at this format as I play it more, but I'm going to be pretty awful just because I don't know what everything does, and yeah, I just don't know what everything does. Just leads to mistakes. Or just, not used to playing with certain cards leads you down bad paths too, and mistakes are made for sure. All right, let's just play Dak. I feel like draw 2, discard 2 is good if you draw a bunch of lands. Otherwise, I play like a Koth, which is okay, but I don't like it that much, and Hero, which is same sort of deal, I think. So let's just take Dak. This hand seems alright. Got both lands. Don't have any burn, which could be a problem, but building towards that treachery. Dak is coming. We have both of our mind control effects, which is pretty good. If he plays like an Edric or something. Could leave up the counter spell. It's pretty good with the Pyromancer. If I play Dak, what am I doing? I'm just drawing 2, discarding 2. It's not all that great. I think I'll leave up counter spell for like Edric. It also gets us a token, which is nice. I could have played Dak, I guess. But I'm more likely to just want to counter whatever he's got here and then play Dak. No plays, okay. Well, now I can sower his looter if I want. Although, I'm a little more tempted. He didn't play a land. Now I'm going to Dak. We'll discard... I think we'll actually discard the 2 lands. I can't Treachery, but I can Sower, I can Counterspell, I can Fire Blast. We're building Dak. Seems pretty good. I'm not leaving up Counterspell here, but the fact that I can play Sower makes me a little less concerned about it. Alternatively, I could have just left up Counterspell like I did last turn, and it looks like it would have been a better idea here, but the good news is I get to steal Edric and then take value from it. He has to attack me to get the looter value, and he is. So he's going to get an extra card here. But we're going to steal Edric, basically force him to Garrick our Sower to get his Edric back, which is definitely good for him, but we'll see. Maybe I just Treachery it, get that permanent steal. I guess he could. But Edric is going to be pretty insane with Pyromancer, honestly. All right, let's just Sower his Edric. Get in, draw. Yes. There's a land, which is nice. So now we can Arid Mesa. Draw 2, discard 2. I can just ditch lands. Close to Emblem. Of all of these, what do I want to ditch? Probably the Preordain, because I've got the deck for... I mean, this is still good, but I like everything else more, I think. So we'll ditch this. Sack this. Get just a mountain. Then we'll Rift Bolt, suspend. So now he's got to play a land, he's got to play Garrick, he has to fight Sower. And then we can still Treachery, even if he's got all of that goodness. There are swords back, so, geez. This one's a good one. So like I said, he's got to play Garrick. If I can untap, I can leave up Counterspell. Technically, I could have done that last turn by playing Treachery, but I feel like the Sower's better alongside Edric. And this is his only turn to get to play Garrick. It really is. He gets one turn to play it, then we get to leave up Counterspell. All right, he didn't play it, and if we're leaving up, if we get Counterspell here, we're in pretty good shape. So we'll burn his face. Even though we could burn the looter. Just don't think it's necessary. Let's just DAC first. Ditch the lands. Tack in. So I could counter that, and that would let me, yeah, do unreasonable things, so we'll just counter it. He could block our Edric. Instead, we're just going to draw 3, deal 6. Yeah, it's just, I don't even have to, I guess. Could just leave up counter. But at this point, I'm just going to counter it. All right, just concession after that. So he did miss his land draw, and I would very much, yes, I would speculate most of the time blue-green ramp's going to have a big problem with cards like Sower of Temptation and Treachery. We already know he had Little Garrick, which was certainly a legitimate out for Sower, but just basically, yeah, creature theft cards, he has to play like Acidic Slime or, you know, non-basic, non-land permanent removal, stuff like that. But yeah, we basically just capitalized on his Edric and got there. Dak actually played really well, so maybe we should have been main decking that. I don't know. We'll see you round 2.